Here is a 2020 Hurricane 16-inch classic wall mount fan. This was a curve find, and I was intending to use this fan for parts, specifically using the grills, the blade, and the motor cover for other fans that might need them. But it turns out that this thing still works, so guess that won't be needed anymore. So here it is. These are quite decent fans, I'll tell you that. And this is what Midea has been offering throughout the 2010s, specifically with this blade set. Quite a shame that they did not offer this blade set for other Midea models, such as the Pelonis or the Mainstays fans, because what they were offering throughout that time were these very insanely flat pitch blades that, you know, they're kind of reliable, but when the dust kicks in, you know, it blocks everything, and those blades tend to warp, so the performance was not really that good with those fans. But with this one, they're actually a bit better. Now, I did somewhat clean it. I did not get into the motor yet, but the bearings are free, so that's a good thing. Now, I'm not sure how long these were made for. I know these were introduced under SMC. They started making these in the late 90s. And some of them were recalled because, you know, it was either the thermal fuse or the that little metal hoop, but most likely the thermal fuse. Who knows exactly? But these ones, they're safer at least. So there's nothing much wrong with it. Here's your Hurricane badge. This is the way the pitch of the blade looks. So pretty much the trailing edge is mostly aligned with the blade hub, while the leading edge is pitched backwards. That way airflow is provided very evenly with no issues. There's your switch selector, 3-speed, 8-position, and there's your control for the oscillation mechanism. So the way this works, if we take off this motor cover right here, so you notice this little clamp, this little piece here, this is actually a button, and I'm not kidding about that. So let's demonstrate that real quick. So this will engage the oscillation, and this disengages it. And you know, this is what the thing is attached to. So it has this piece of wire here, and this is actually quite stiff to operate. I'm not even, to be honest with you. So that engages the oscillation, that disengages it, as you see there. But yeah, it's a very stiff operation. So this needs to be very secured up against the wall, otherwise this will fall off and break. But anyways, let's set this down here and let's test the fan out. So here is the low. Now this thing sounds like a high velocity fan, but it is quiet. I really like these quiet fans. This thing sounds like a chopper in person, and that is due to the shape of the blade. It is narrow. That's medium. One thing I noticed, like any other Midea fan, there is not much variance between the 3 speeds. Alright, let's engage the oscillation arm. Yeah, it's very stiff. That sounds very cool, honestly. I actually like that chopper noise. It also kind of sounds like a plane with those piston engines. On switch. Blade balance is actually amazing. That's very good performance there. Yeah, as best as wall fans are concerned, these Medea fans, they're the best alternative out there. Probably the only one. Because no other manufacturer can actually match up to this performance here. This is actually amazing for a super modern fan like this one. Let's see, spin down timing. And as you see there, those bearings are pretty much in good shape. So that will be it for the video. So that's the Hurricane 16-inch classic wall mount fan from 2020.